Bottom to the Top Hoops, what we like to do is we like to basically put you on to what's going on. Creating highlight reels, what we are setting the platform up for. Kids that are not on the radar, where we can give them a look and get them a look, all right? And log on to that bottomtothetop.hoops.com.
So now, fast forward, you go through a season where you, Danny Torado, Walter Hurd, Jonathan Duck,
Rodney Henry, that's Charles Tatum.
Y'all killing. Y'all lose one game all year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
To Stevenson.
Which I hated.
I tried to make it in that game. I got shut out, but
I couldn't stand that. Lost that game, but they helped us win the state championship.
So it was a lesson well learned.
Yeah, because we was riding the high horse. We didn't know how good. I mean, we knew we were good, but we wasn't playing against that top-notch competition. You know, our division, I mean, our Savior, they got the little weak teams here and there. But, you know, we scheduled good teams. Like, we played St. Ray's in the scrimmage. Like, we played teams. But we never played no team like Stevenson at that time.
Pain.
Yeah, you know, and Steve Post had them running like a machine. Like, it's a night game. We ain't used to no night game.
It was Friday night. It was Friday night in February. I remember.
And the whole year, man, like Billy Singleton is my partner, but the whole year, their point guard name was Frankie, and they had the little left-hand dude named Rob. So every time we go to tournaments, man, Billy would be like, "Yo, Rob is waiting for you. Yo, they in the park practicing right now, man. They can't wait to get you today. Ooh, wait till the season starts." So, you know, and this going on through our whole year, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, man, wait till I get to these dudes. So when I got to them, it wasn't win and then win. Like, the only thing that made that better, and the only way I was going to get past that is win the state championship.
So now, you lose that one game, you run the table, you get up to Glen Falls. The guy up there at the time was Greg Kuback. Right? He was he Mr. Basketball for the state?
Yes.
Greg Kuback.
But,
so it's y'all, Shenandoah.
That was Greg Kuback's team, right?
It was Malloy, and it was Forest Hills, right? No, who was it up there? It was a Queen school.
No, it was Alvin Rich and them. We beat a Springfield Gardens.
There you go, Springfield Gardens. So now you at the state. Who do y'all play in the first round?
We played Springfield Gardens. And what's crazy is that we wasn't supposed to be there. You know what I mean? Like, Mr. Booker lobbied, like, we not gonna get nothing out of this division. We're gonna win this division easy. So his philosophy was, okay, they don't want to give us our respect. So from now on, I'm just gonna let y'all run up the score. So we beat the team by 100. You know what I mean? We beat the team 131-31. So, but it was just Mr. Booker not subbing us out. Okay, we're gonna make a statement. They're gonna have to put y'all up there. So when we was up there, we was supposed to be in the D division. So I got one of the divisions that
it was lower.
Yeah, we was in the private school division, but it was the little team. You know what I mean? So somehow they ended up switching the teams and put us up in there. So we
should have did that.
But it was different. I don't know if anybody ever been to Glen Falls, but it's a hell of an experience. For preparation for college, you know what I mean? It's jam packed. It's up close and personal. The crowd is right here. Okay, back then. But the crowd is up close and personal. Like they right on the side. So the first game, I don't know if I was nervous. I don't know when it was. I didn't have a really good game the first game. But I came up with one of the biggest plays. I remember we was tied up. You know, back then we didn't have no clock. So it's tied up, and they killing the clock. And this was when the jump ball first came into possession. When you get the possession, and it's not no jump ball no more. It's possession. So they kill the clock. I get the steal. We get the jump ball. It's our ball. It's our ball. So now it's 15 seconds left on the clock or something like that. We got the ball. It's tied up. I'm at the top of the key. I go to the hole, I pump, shoot it up, it hits off the back, and out of nowhere, Steve Carney comes.
And taps it
in at the buzzer. We win the game.
Wow.
And and what was crazy is because I talked to Tom Trachowski maybe about a year ago, and he said, man, he said the best thing that ever happened to y'all that day was that was the worst game I've ever seen y'all play. Even y'all. He said, I've never seen y'all play that bad. Y'all played so bad that all the people left in the first half. I mean, in the second half. So we played a better second half, but we played the worst first half we played all year. So he said, because you know, he went to Malloy, that's his alma mater.
Right.
So he was like, yo, I was just so upset you beat my alma mater, but I told him, I said, you can't sleep on that little guy. You can't sleep on the little guy. He was talking about me.
Right.
But he said all of them left. So when we played Malloy the next day, I don't think they was prepared for
They didn't
us.
scout y'all.
No, they didn't, because they never seen, they weren't, none of the team. We didn't know nothing about the team. We just Springfield Guards. We didn't know nothing about Malloy, you know. So it was almost like, you know, an AAU thing. We all thrown in here. We don't got no scouting reports. We just know about him.
They got Ralph James, Rob Woodin, Kenny Anderson.
Kenny's a beast. Kenny's a beast.
So your mindset going in, everybody talking about Kenny, they got the North Carolina unis on, everything. The stage is set. I'm assuming it was packed.
Yeah, it was packed. It was definitely packed.
So that game, give me the memories of what you remember from that game. Because you set a record.
No, I set a record during the season, not that one.
Okay.
Not during the season. I set the record with 28 assists.
Okay.
But my memory of that championship game was just like I always played against Kenny, so it wasn't like I'm nervous. Oh, it's Kenny. You know what I mean? Me and Kenny was playing against each other from the time we was 13, 14. But he just, when we was 13, 14, that's when they said Kenny Smith brother, something took him to the side.
Benson Smith, yep.
And I didn't see him no more until I get to high school, and I'm like, oh man, he's the dude now, you know? Like it kind of, I'm like, okay, that's what's up. So, but I was never intimidated because even coming up Riverside Gauchos, some games he bust me up, some games I got the best of him. But this was the stage, like okay, now, like with Mr. Booker, once we lost to Stevenson, we went into the North Carolina mode.
Okay.
So our thing was, okay, we're gonna outplay them these first 3 quarters, fourth quarter comes.
Spread it out,
give it to A-Train. Spread it out and A-Train, you do your thing. You know what I mean? So shit, it might have been times I might have been holding the ball for a minute and a half. Just them trying to steal the ball, throw it out. You know, like Kenny Smith did with the, that was exactly how our offense was. So once we got the lead and spread out, it was just
downhill.
Right. And I'm not a great free throw shooter. I'm saying I'm about 70%. But beginning of the game, Mr. Booker, like we warming up, like shoot around. And for some reason, it just felt good, like jump shot, everything. So I'm at the free throw line. Mr. Booker like, stop playing around, man. Make the free throw. I'm like, man, I'm good. So they start shotgunning them to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm at the free throw line. He just shooting them, and I'm like, oh, I told you, Mr. Booker, I'm good. We'll be all right. And that carried over to the game because they found me about 7, 8 times at the end of the game. So I made like 11 free throws at the end of the game. You know what I mean? That's what won us the game.
What was your numbers in the chip?
I don't remember. I know it was maybe 17, 16 points, maybe 5 assists, maybe 4 rebounds, something like that. But I didn't guard Kenny. My dude, Rodney Henry guard Kenny because him and Kenny was like this. So, you know, he already had that.
I got Kenny.
Yeah, I got Kenny. But he was always our defensive stopper, like the whole year. Like, he don't want to shoot. He didn't want to nothing.
He just want to lock up.
Just lock up. Strong, dark skin, like, look just mean, you know? And he was like my little bodyguard. Like, somebody mess with me, I got him. Don't worry, I got him.
Send him my way.
Yeah, run him this way. But he denied Kenny the ball the whole game. If we had a stop clock then, it probably would have been a different scenario.
How much did y'all win by?
I think we won by 5, 4 or 5. It wasn't no blowout.
So you got 2 state championships.
Right.
First year, last year. You go on saying Jack.
I go from beating the Russians, winning the state championship, winning the AAU national championship, to go into the #1 team in the country as far as junior college.
Who had just had Boo Harvey and who had previously had Walter Berry.
Right.
Who both went to St. John's, and we know how that went.
Well, my story with that one is, back then when we used to go to the junior colleges and they give you uniforms and give you sneakers and make sure you go in the gym and hoop. So when I get there, it's Mo Scurry, it's David Butler, it's Lindsey Howell. Like, these are all the dudes that's coming back.
UNLV.
Right. Eddie Cumbo, he went to Houston. I got Greg Bent, went to Providence. So they got their big men set. So they looking for a guard. So we all in the dorm, and they like, yo, man, let's hoop. Coach like, yeah, let's hoop. Let me get what size you wearing. I'm like, all right, let's go hoop. I was good. But I'm coming in as a successor for Boo Harvey. So it's Boo Harvey and Michael Porter in the backcourt. So I get to the gym, I'm looking, I'm like, all right, I might be all right. Boo ain't here, because I know, I've seen Boo where we did the AAU Georgetown thing. Everybody was talking that. It was at one point when I used to joke and run, be like, yo, Boo better than you, man.
That's right.
But Boo is crazy, like he's one of the dudes. I'm like, why they don't talk about Boo Harvey?
Greg Boo Harvey, man. Big shout out to Boo.
This dude was so nice. I'm like, okay, Boo not here. So we suiting up, and Mo Scurry know me from Gaucho's Riverside. He's like, yo, y'all just run. Give him the ball. Y'all just run. So I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be on. I'm still up, get dressed. Out in the corner shooting, we start walking towards the gym. I'm like, damn, Boo ain't here yet? Oh, I'm about to kill these dudes. All of a sudden, here come Boo. I'm like, God, dog. Man. But I knew he couldn't guard me, you know what I mean? Like, I was killing, offense. I'm hitting, mowing them off. Like, they all like, oh, you gotta come here. Because, they don't get on. But I took pride in my D. If it's one thing that people who know about me is I buckled up. Like, come on, let's play. Man, first play, Boo get the ball, man. He go by me so easy and lay it. And I'm like, damn. Let me figure this out. So the next time, I know I can't stay up on him, so let me back up off him. I back up off him. He coming at me full speed, but he's never looking up. It's like he's always looking down. And just stop. To the point where he did a move on me one time, man, that they was taking the ball out, and I remember saying this to myself, wow, is this what college gonna be about? Man, you better be ready. I'm missing something, man. Yeah, this is gonna be a rough journey, yo. No,
So fast forward, you go to San Jack, you have a ton of success. You playing with one of your close friends, my guy, Dow Reed.
Actually, it was a package deal.
Okay.
It was a package deal. I went to visit San Jack, and they wanted me bad. And I was like, man, well, if y'all get Dow Reed, I'm here. So I think the next week, Dow came on a visit, and I'm like, yo, what's up? It was like, yo, we going.
Okay, so it's all good.
So we was going in as the starting backcourt for Boo Harvey and Michael Porter.
So you had your first lesson in the art of the deal. You negotiated.
But I needed to play with Dow because Dow made me better.
Oh, man.
I'm not saying that in no way. The reason I say he made me better was because we always knew what each other was going to do before it even happened. Like, I didn't have to tell Daryl to come around me on a fast break. I'm gonna drop it to you from the back because it's crowded in here. You know what I mean? Like, that was just all instinct. So it made it easier for me to transition as far as
high school to college.
Especially when you're going to college and you're going with somebody that's cool with you. The adjustment is definitely easier.
Big shout out to Wax, my man D Reed. So y'all have y'all success. Y'all playing in that Texas League, which was a monster.
Yeah, like in that conference, we played first of all, shout out to my little man, Mike Boogie.
Right.
Mike Boogie was in there, Lamar Randolph on his team. They had Carl Herrera.
Master Rob was gone.
Yeah, Master Rob and Tip was gone. Okay. They had your boy from Stevenson, Pop. They had a nice crew. We was #1, but we was just so like that team was just so troubled, like with Mo Scurry, me, Daryl. Like it was always somebody getting in trouble.
So now you go to your sophomore year, right? And now it's time to make a decision on the school. Why Southwest Missouri State? And again, it's a package deal.
Right. I mean, when it came to Southwest Missouri State, it was a package deal with me and Darryl, but Darryl had so many more offers than I did. Like I had offers, but I had offers from people who wanted me to come in and be like Pookie Wigginton. You know what I mean? Like Carlissimo said I could have went there. The year they went to the Final Four, but he wanted me to come in and be Pookie Wigginton. I didn't want to do that. So, but before my freshman year, when my freshman year was up, what helped me out tremendously, my freshman year was up, I was averaging 10 points, 10 assists a game my freshman year. So they already invited me to the All-American game. I got invited to the All-American game my freshman year for the sophomore year. You know what I mean? So when I went there, I think that's when Southwest wasn't even recruiting me during the year. I went there and I played in the All-Star game, and it was me, Larry Johnson, Carl Herrera, Dal Reed, and a dude named Cliff Allen. You know what I mean? So right then and there, I'm playing with these guys, but I'm shining. You know what I mean? So a dude named Coach Spoonhour, he came to the game.
Spoonball.
Spoonball all day, baby. Southwest Missouri State lives. So he came to the game and they just kept recruiting me. So I'm gonna say I waited till the actually last day, both of us, me and Darryl. And I didn't want to be the guy that'd be like, yo, Darryl, you coming? Like, I didn't want to put that pressure on him, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, man, I remember this vividly. I signed. I sent my paper back that morning. We walking back to the dorm. And we still ain't saying nothing. Like, he ain't saying I signed or nothing. We just walking like, okay, whatever. So finally, I'm just like, yo, man, what's up? Who you signed with? And he looked at me crazy like, come on, man, you know I'm going to Southwest Missouri State. So that was our next start of our journey again.
Right, so y'all doing it all over. You in Missouri, the Bass Pro Shop, you out there in Springfield.
Yeah, I remember we entertained y'all a couple of times.
Yeah, so
Darryl Malls come with all the food and cook at our crib.
Right.
I remember that.
So you're at Southwest Missouri, and now you're playing in a competitive conference. You're playing Division I basketball. What was the biggest difference between playing JUCO and playing D1?
I don't think it was a bigger difference because being that we was always ranked in the top 5, top 6, wherever we went, we sure had a packed house. Like I said, we would play against Robert Pack and we go to their gym, it's jam-packed. So I was never like...
So you was used to that atmosphere.
Right, but I wasn't used to 10,000 sold out every night, don't get me wrong.
Right, that's a different level.
Right, that was like, oh wow, especially like when they do Midnight Madness and they see you in the paper and they like, damn, I want to see this little dude play, I keep hearing about him. And then you get out there and they introduce you and you run through there, you're like, I gotta do something. So I remember this until we playing in the game. I'm like, I gotta do something. I get into this 55th mode, the dude throw me the long pass. And like I said, this is with me and Darryl. You ain't gotta tell me and Darryl nothing. I throw it in, out, and move, and I go this way, and I bounce it back between my legs. And they go crazy, like standing up. My coach called timeout. You can't do that to your teammate, Tom. You can't do that to your teammate. So that was kind of like, okay, I'm about to get coached. You know what I mean? Like Spoon. We were good, man.
So you played there for 2 years, and you made it into the Hall of Fame of your school in 2 years. So people don't understand what that means. Like, to be a Hall of Famer at a major Division I program in 2 years, and not to be somebody who averaged 25 points a game, that means there were some people there who understood basketball and the impact that you had on that team and that program to be in the Hall of Fame. The assists, the steals, the defense, the game management, the leadership, the point guard, like the engine. Do you even like sometimes pinch yourself like, that's crazy?
Nah, because I expected that from myself. Like, I was just always a winner. Like, it's guys that we got on the gauchos that just wanted to play with me. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like Okay, I expect to win. That was one thing. Just like me, Billy, our whole matter of fact, what's crazy is our whole AU team is on Message now. So every morning I get a prayer from Lloyd Daniels, I get a what's up from Rambis, I get a what's up from Billy. So we all keep in touch, you know what I mean? So it's
that's dope.
So like they knew when they came to our team, y'all was gonna have to fit in with us and we was gonna win. Nobody cared who scored this many points. Like it was games I might have scored 2 points and had 10 assists, but I got MVP. You know what I mean? There was plenty of games I probably
black
didn't
and
score.
silver MVP jacket from the Gauchos, that exclusive jacket.
Yeah, my whole family had one.
You got a couple of MVPs.
Yeah, I got a whole lot of that. At one point, it was just natural for me to get them. But like even going to Southwest, it was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna give you the keys. You know, we expect Spoon was so good that he knew that I like to get up and down the court. Mm-hmm. So our junior year, we running up and down the court trying to play fast. He ain't saying nothing. As soon as we lose one game, we going back to spoon ball.
Spoon ball.
Slow this ball down.
Let's get this side.
Let's run our plays. Yeah.
Opportunity where you play with the USBL, and now you get an opportunity to play with the Globetrotters.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get that call, where you at? What's your reaction? What do you think? Like, are you nervous? What?
Well, when I finished college, I was like, man, I just need a break. You know what I mean? I just needed a break. So I went to Houston, and I was staying in Houston where I was at the school at San Jack. And that's when we didn't have cell phones or none of that. So no one can get in touch with you if you don't want to get in touch with no one. Excuse me. So I was like, man, I just need a break from this. Let me decide what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna get a job? Am I gonna try to play? Like, what's my next step? So I called my school, and my coach, Coach Spoon, he's never cursed at me in maybe 2 years that I've known him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I called him. He answered the phone like, man, where the hell are you at? I'm like, what's going on? He's like, man, I got the Boston Celtics want you to come and try out. I got the Washington Bullets. That's when they was the Bullets. The Bullets want you to try out, and the Globetrotters call for you. So I'm like, damn. Like I didn't have a lot of, besides Rod or any of them dudes, which once I got older, they kind of floated away. I didn't know who to talk to because if I know what I know now, I would want to try out for the Celtics. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the year they wanted me was the year they brought John Bagley out of retirement, you know what I mean? So like worst case scenario, I would have got a shot. That's worst case scenario. But like with the Globetrotter story, it was this old man, and he was from my school. His name was Don Calais. And he was like, he called me to the office one day, and he was like, yo man, I don't want no money from you. I don't want to be an agent. He just said, man, I think your style of play fits the Globetrotter. Mm-hmm. You know, as if it's all right with you, I would just like to send them videos of your game of you doing stuff. Mm-hmm. So every game we played, the video dude would put clips together of me playing and send it to the Globetrotter. So we go home for vacation. I'm playing with the USBL. I'm playing the USBL, and I go home, and finally they call me like, yo, we want you to come and try out. I'm not knowing what to expect, but I call Don Calais and tell his wife, you know, the good news, he went into a coma. He was an old man. He might have been like 75 years old. He went into a coma. So now I'm feeling obligated, like, yo, I have to go in here and at least try out. Even if I don't make it, at least I can try, tell him I win. So I go fly out to Simi Valley, California, and I walk in the gym, and to my amazement, there's 90 people there for 3 spots. So I'm the shortest guy there, so I'm like how this gonna go down? Right. You know what I mean? But like I said then, I was a little pit bull. I just went in there every day. They was cutting 10 people. Finally, I'm like, damn, I might make this thing. Like, yo, it's down to 20. Dang, it's down to 15. Now I'm practicing with the regular dudes. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I might make this. So the day I made the Globetrotters, actually I made it. When I made it, I called the wife of my friend Don Calais, and she said she was talking to him. And I know it's hard to believe. I don't know if she meant it or not, but she was talking to him. And she said, like in the coma, you know, they be talking to him. And she said, yeah, Arnold made the Globetrotter. And he came out the coma.
That's pretty crazy.
He came out to Tacoma and he stayed alive until I came and played at my school. They flew with Globetrotters, played at Southwest Missouri State. I went to my school, they flew me in, I gave him a plaque and all that, and maybe 5 months later he passed away.
So fast forward, career with the Harlem Globetrotters, we become teammates, the Harlem Wizards. You taught me so much stuff about the game, about life, about business and things like that. So we always gotta have some fun on the show.
Right.
Who was the toughest person you've ever played against?
Hands down, Kenny.
Kenny Anderson.
Yeah.
Not even close.
But yeah, Kenny. But I've played against a lot of All-Americans. Especially even in college, I've played against guys that was really good. But Kenny, I guess maybe it was the personal vendettas we had, like being that we played against each other from the time we was 12 all the way up to high school, and I gotta say it's him. Now, if we saying we play one-on-ones, it's definitely Rod. But during the game, it's definitely him.
Favorite teammate?
Favorite teammate, I'll read all day.
Okay. Best coach?
That's a tie. Because, I mean, I ain't even gonna say that's a tie. That's definitely two. And they are really close by, because without Mr. Booker, I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today. And if it weren't for Dave, like, believing in me and giving me the ball and letting me be able to play my game. So I have to say Dave and Mr. Booker.
Okay. Shots, clock's winding down. 5 seconds left. You penetrate it. You shoot it, you pass it.
I guess you could put me in that boat as far as LeBron James. I have to get where the defense take me. But if I had Down Reed and like my sophomore year, well, when I was a junior, and I got Lloyd Daniels and Darryl on the wing, maybe 70-30, I'll pass it.
Who's getting the pass? Who's taking your last shot of the game? You got the ball in the head, dribble, penetration, kick out. Who gets the last shot? Any teammate you could pick.
I mean, if I'm not being biased and going with the money, I'm gonna have to say Lloyd.
Lloyd Daniels.
Right, but if I mean, after Lloyd left our team and me and Darryl got really, really good at knowing each other game, I would say Down Reed.
Last question. The most fun you've ever had playing basketball?
Most fun I had playing basketball might have been my sophomore and junior year, because Billy Singleton just put something up on our little news feed that we got with our AAU team. In a 2-year span, we went 52-4. So I'm gonna have to say that, because when you're winning, ain't nothing better than winning, and you know what I mean. But my biggest experience, and the one that I always take to heart, is the one Tyrone Joy taught me, like the win. You know what I mean? It's just being tough and win. Stop being a baby.
What about that Olympic torch?
Oh yeah, that was a good story too. Like when the '84 Olympics was here, me, Jamal, and I forgot who the third person was. Me, Jamal Walker. We got a chance to carry the Olympic torch, and we had to carry the torch through the cathedral on 97th Street. So we running down the street with the gun, and they passing it to each one of us so we could run a little bit with it. So we get in the church, and they pass it to me in the church, and it's kind of dark in the church, and I'm running. All of a sudden, a misstep, boom, torch fell, and I'm just thinking to myself, man, that light better not go out. I dropped the Olympic torch in the church, and I'm thinking to myself, please don't go out, please don't go. No, he picked it up because, you know, it's gas.
Right.
But I'm just like, wow.
You got a picture carrying a torch?
I believe my mother has it. I have to check that out. I got some stuff
that's
like
Facebook material, man.
I got a bunch of pictures of that. No, that was the coldest one. That was the coldest one when we went there. And then, like I said, my biggest highlight of all time that I would never ever forget is I had dinner with Nelson Mandela. You know what I mean? And I'm forgetting a lot of dudes that was important in my life, like my business partner, Chris Franklin. He's now, it was crazy as I was a Globetrotter. Now he a Globetrotter, but me and him do a lot of things. We do a basketball camp every year.
Right.
We have a camp coming up actually in July. Ultimate Spin. And what's crazy about our camp is we take all shape, forms, and you know that
Yeah,
play
of course,
basketball.
boys, girls.
But the crazy thing is we ain't get an NCAA champion yet, but we got 4 dudes that won Super Bowls that went to our camp.
Wow,
You know what I mean?
dope.
So
That's
we
pretty dope.
got a nice little resume with people coming out camp. I mean, to kick it off, you know, Rod came by and talked to it, so that kind of like kicked it off. Like, okay, these guys are legit. So that's one of the big things we doing.
Man, you had a special career. You had an amazing impact. I know the people who are going to watch this will get a chance to hear a little bit about your legacy. There's so much more to be said. But more than anything, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate you.
No, thank
Love
you.
you.
Man. Love you too, man. Appreciate it.
My man, Arnold Bernard, bottom to the top.
Oh, shout out to my man D-Lo. I ain't forget you, famo. All right, this your boy, Arnold Bernard. They call me A-Train. You watching From the Bottom to the Top Hoops.